Julian Bond was born in Nashville, Tennessee, but he had deep roots here in Georgia, specifically here in Atlanta. But he's better known as a civil rights icon, somebody who would fight for all people. Bond was elected to the Georgia House for 4 terms. He was elected to the Georgia Senate for 6 terms. Before all that, Bond was a student at Morehouse College here in Atlanta. Even then, he was making strides, forming a nonviolent student committee. Bond eventually ended up on the front lines of the civil rights movement. He led protests that ended in the nation's landmark civil rights laws. Bond later chaired the NAACP, and he became the first president of the Southern Law Poverty Center. And Bond was 75 years old when he passed last night. He leaves behind a wife and 5 children, and most certainly a massive legacy.
Just got his life right.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amen. Praises only for Allah, Lord of the universe, the most kind, the most merciful, the master of the day of judgment. You alone we worship, and to you alone we pray for help. Show us the straight way, the way of those whom you have blessed, who have not deserved your anger nor gone astray. And with that, I welcome you to another edition of the History, Community Life, and Diversity of Muslim Americans in New England. I am Hassan Rashid, and I welcome you with the ancient Arabic greeting of peace, and that is Assalamu alaikum. Okay, as the opening video, as you gather from the opening video, which was a memorial, a tribute to the late and great Julian Bond, who passed away. As those of you who are familiar with the life and history of Julian Bond, he was a great civil rights leader in the era of Martin Luther King and before. But unfortunately, he has left us. So I send out my condolence, sympathies to the family, friends, and relatives, and all those who have benefited in some way from the life and existence of the late and great Julian Bond. We'll try to get back to that video if time permits. And with that, I greet you once again with the ancient Arabic greeting of peace, and that is Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the History, Community Life, and Diversity of Muslim Americans and New England. So I'd like to, before I like to get into today's broadcast, I'd like to read a hadith of the day. Okay, I'd like to share in Islam a hadith, which are the sunnah of the practices and the things that the Prophet Muhammad, may his soul rest in peace, he did, and the things that he conveyed out to the Islamic community. In Arabic, that's ummah, community, ummah. Okay, hadith of the day. Paradise is at the feet of mothers. Okay, a man once consulted the Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him, about taking part in a military campaign. The Prophet asked the man if his mother was still living. When told that she was alive, the Prophet said, then stay with her, for paradise is at her feet. Another man asked the Prophet to whom he should show the most kindness. The Prophet replied, your mother. Next your mother, next your mother, and then your father. Okay, that's a sunnah of Abu Dawood. The Prophet said, God has forbidden for you to be undutiful to your mothers. That's the hadith of Sahih al-Bukhari. Okay, the Quran, Islam reveals text states that, and revere the wounds that bore you, for God is ever watchful over you. So once again, from the Holy Quran, the Muslim holy book, this is not a hadith, this is a ayat, a chapter from the Muslim holy book, and it is as follows: and revere the wounds that bore you, for God is ever watchful over you. Okay, I'm Hassan Rashid, and before we get into the broadcast, I'd like to remind you that the big event for CCTV is coming up. One of the biggest events of the year for CCTV, and that is the Backlot Barbecue. That's coming Thursday, September 17th, 5:30 p.m. and it's a fundraiser for CTV's youth media program, celebrating 25 years of teens, celebrating powerful media. Okay, CCTV Backlot Barbecue this year is bigger and better than ever, than last year. It's much bigger and it's much better. There's more entertainment. As a matter of fact, there's more of everything, okay, at this year's CCTV's Backlot Barbecue. So we here at CCTV want you to join us for delectable food, memorable music, supporting CCTV's youth media program, Thursday, September 17th, 2015, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m., Cambridge Community Television, 438 Massachusetts Avenue, Central Square. Enter from Green Street between Brookline Avenue and Sydney Street. So the presentations of the Leading Role Award for the Cambridge Youth Employment Program. There's tickets available by mail or phone. So if you're interested in tickets, purchasing tickets in advance, you can get tickets by you can get them by mail or online. So here is the online address. That's cctvcambridge.org/bbq tickets. Okay, so if you'd like to learn more or additional information about the CCTV Backlot Barbecue, you can you can go online and to CCTV's website, and the website address is cctvcambridge.org/bbq. That's specifically for CCTV Backlot Barbecue. All of those who are interested in this event. And I tell you, it's going to be bigger and better this year, okay? So I'd like to give you, well, right now I don't have the rundown of all the events, but I can tell you that the Islamic band will be, will once again be appearing at the CCTV Backlot Barbecue, and they're all women band, all female band. And so I think they're college girls, whatever, college women, young college ladies that formed a band in college. But I think their name is Islamic. If you were there last year, year before, you saw them. Okay, so you know what they're capable of. Okay, in performance. Okay, so once again, I'd like to invite you to become interested in the CCTV's Backlot Barbecue, which is taking place September 17, 2015, 5:30 to 8 p.m. at Cambridge Community Television, 438 Massachusetts Avenue. Enter from Green Street between Brookline Avenue and Sydney. And for ticket information, check the website out. Check this website out. That's cctvcambridge.org/bbq tickets. Okay, and we're gonna try to keep you posted on different happenings at this Backlot Barbecue this year. But right now, I don't have that information to share with you. But I'm sure you'll be hearing. You stay tuned to CCTV. You'll be hearing much more about it. Okay. Once again, I'd like to remind you that Cambridge Farmers Market's still in town. They'll be here until about November. So the closest farmers market to Central Square is the Central Square Farmers Market, and that's at Norfolk and what's that street? Bishop Allen Drive. Okay, Norfolk, Bishop Allen Drive. So if you're interested in fresh produce, which I know you are, because of the holiday season, there's all types of fresh fruit, vegetables straight from the farm, and dairy products, etc., etc. So you get on down to Bishop Allen Drive and Norfolk. That's right here in Cambridge Central Square. So that's a Cambridge Farmers Market. There are other farmers markets such as Charles Square's Farmers Market, and they're over there on Sundays. That's at 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Charles Hotel. Monday, that's us right here at Central Square. Tuesday, Harvard University Farmers Markets. That's at the Harvard Science Plaza, Oxford and Kirkland Street. Wednesday, the Cambridge Center Farmers Market, Kendall MIT MBT Station Main Street. Thursday, Kendall Square Farmers Market, right there, Kendall Square again, at 350 Kendall Street, intersection Broadway and 3rd Street. Friday, they're at Charles Square Farmers Market. That's noon to 6 p.m. That's the Charles Hotel Courtyard, 1 Bennett Street. So if you're interested in fresh produce and fresh vegetables, I know it's canning season too. so you can get all the vegetables and fruits that you desire, your heart's desire for canning season. Okay. Once again, I took in the previous weeks, we talked a lot about the cool Monster Indoor Yard Barbecue, and I want to convey to you that it was a success this year. It was out last Saturday, August 15th, and from what I heard, it was a great big success. Okay, so congratulations to the Lions, Cambridge Tenants for holding another successful outdoor bazaar. Well, this one was inside. Okay, this year. Okay, we're gonna get to some of the events and happenings in the Islamic arena, MOSAIC of Eastern Massachusetts. Okay, the the Center for American Islamic Relations, Massachusetts Muslim Justice League stand with Massachusetts church targeted by hate graffiti. Okay, the Massachusetts chapter council, that's a council on American, I said center, but that's a council on American Islamic Relations, and the Boston-based Muslim Justice League today joined in expressing solidarity with St. Anne Catholic Church in Southborough, Mass, which was again targeted with hate graffiti containing racial and religious slurs. Last Sunday, for the second time in 2 weeks, vandals scrawled offensive remarks on and near church property, including ones directed against Muslims. St. Anne's held a candlelight vigil on Tuesday to counter the massive hatred with prayers for peace and understanding, which was attended by people of many faith backgrounds. Okay, so that's here. Okay, so that event was originated or sponsored by the Council of American Islamic Relations and the Muslim Justice League. That's CARE. Now, CARE is America's largest Muslim civil liberties advocate organization. Its mission is to enhance the understanding of Islam, encourage dialogue, protect civil liberties, empower American Muslims, and build coalitions that promote justice and mutual understanding. So if you'd like additional information on the activities to be found at the Council of American Islamic Relations, you can contact the Massachusetts Executive Director, Dr. John Robbins, at 617-862-9159. That's the Massachusetts Executive Director of the Council of American Islamic Relations, Dr. John Robbins, 617-862-9159, or jrobbins@care.com. That's jrobbins@care.com. So, or the Muslim League Executive Director, Shannon Sherwin, that's SERWIN at MuslimJusticeLeague.org. CARE National Communication Director, Abraham Hooper, at 202-744-726. So, once again, headlines on that was Muslim Justice League stands with mass church targeted by hate graffiti. Okay. Man pleads guilty to online death threat against Boston Mosque. Gerald Wayne Ledford of Iowa pleaded guilty to charges of threatening to kill Muslim members of an Islamic organization in Boston. An Iowa resident pleaded guilty Thursday to charges of threatening to kill Muslim members of an Islamic organization in Boston by posting threats on the group's Facebook page. U.S. District Attorney Carmen Ortiz says 57-year-old Gerald Wayne Ledford of Clinton pleaded guilty to one count of transmitting in interstate commerce a communication containing a threat to injure. At Thursday plea hearing, Ledford admitted to threatening the Islamic Society of Boston's Cultural Center. That's a cultural center that offers a mosque and a variety of educational, spiritual, and social services to Muslims in New England. Ledford posted two separate threats on the ISBCC Facebook page in October 2014. The first post threatened Muhammad was a child rapist, a murderer, a molester. You all will go to hell with your father Satan. We will destroy you here and in your in your whole countries. Okay, I have to. I won't pronounce that though. The second post contained a photo of a man holding a long gun with a caption that read, "This is for you, followers of the peace of blank blank Muhammad." That defendant admitted that he knew the message would be reviewed as threats. Ledford was charged in the District of Massachusetts in June 2015. His arrest in Iowa, and he pleaded guilty in federal court in Southern District of Iowa. He's scheduled to be sentenced on November 13, 2015 in Iowa. Ledford faces a sentence of no greater than 5 years in prison, 3 years of supervised release, and a fine of $250,000. Okay, Muslim group and civil rights activists seek more transparency in U.S. counterterrorism efforts. Okay, the Council of American Islamic Relations Minnesota Executive Jalen Hussein Center with microphone speaks to growing Somali communities concerned about the proposed government-initiated countering violent extremists. That's countering violent extremism, CVE. That's the acronym for countering violent extremist programs during a news conference Thursday, August 6, 2015 in Minneapolis. Muslim groups and civil rights activists across the nation are calling for greater transparency in the program by President Barack Obama's administration. Boston, okay, Muslim groups and civil rights activists across the nation Thursday called for greater transparent program by President Barack Obama administration that aimed at countering homegrown terrorism. Organizers, including representatives from the American Civil Liberties Unions and the Council on American Islamic Relations, spoke out at coordinated events in Boston, Los Angeles, Minneapolis, the three cities where the Countering Violence Extremist program is being held. Okay, so the activists that spoke out across the country on countering counterterrorism efforts, okay? But I want to bring this specific item in this article to your attention because it involves one of our locals, one of our local people, and that's City Councilman Nadeem Mazen, okay? Nadeem Mazen, he spoke out on this too. And I quote him, he says, "This isn't a community-based process." Okay, Nadeem Mazen is a city councilor in Cambridge, Mass, and board member of the local Council on American Islamic Relations chapter. He said during a small gathering in front of Boston City Hall, "This is a whole different level of federally coordinated assaults on our civil liberties." So I see that brother is very active in advocacy on behalf of the Muslim community. But he's bring your attention, he's running once again for re-election to city council here in Cambridge. But right now I'd like to cut the chase and get to something very important. There's more that I'd like to inform you of in today's Muslim news, but we've already covered the fact that one of our great civil rights leaders, Julian Bond, has passed away. And once again, I send out my condolence. But on October 10, 2015, there is the anniversary of the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March that was held down in Washington, D.C. People said that the Nation of Islam wouldn't draw over 10,000 people, but they drew over 2 million people to that march. And once again, the 20th anniversary is coming up, and every year after they've drew millions of people down in Washington, D.C. I'm going to try to move along to some information on this to just prepare you for 10-10-15. That's we're down in Washington, D.C., and that's the Million Man anniversary, 20th anniversary of the Million Man March. Let's get this on here. Hold it, let's see if I can get this on here for you. There we go.
This October 16th marks the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March. Of course, took place here in Washington, D.C. The theme this year is Justice or Else.
And organizers say the three-day celebration will be a testament to the ongoing commitment to the Holy Day of Atonement, reconciliation, and responsibility.
Joining us, of course, is Dr. Greg Carr, chair of Howard University Department's Afro-American Studies, and of course, still on the panel, Troy Johnson and Michelle Jawando. Doc, the Minister Farrakhan was in D.C. earlier this week.
Yes, sir.
And they had it was a closed meeting where they were sort of laying the framework. You were there. I was there as well.
Yes,
he's
sir.
traveling around the country. He was in Philadelphia a couple days ago. Why have another gathering, and what should folks learn or do this time that we didn't do 20 years ago?
Great question. I mean, well, why have another gathering? We have not stopped gathering. And you remember 20 years ago, he did the same thing. That was before social media, before a lot of platforms. He came to Philly, New York, everywhere else. And when we showed up here, over 1 million strong, closer to 2 million, I think it shocked the country.
Oh, no. No, trust me, because I was working for a daily newspaper.
Yes, sir.
And white folks around the country, they were like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Right.
But they didn't realize it was 10,000 showing up in Dallas,
That's right.
15,000 in Houston.
That's
it was
right.
10,000, 20,000 here.
That's
and all of a sudden, when that day hit, folks went, whoa,
That's exactly right.
Where all these black people come from?
That's right.
And
Well,
they were so amazed because there was no violence. It was a peaceful, loving experience.
that's right. And what you saw was
And little trash.
Well, yeah, a little bit, but you know.
No, I'm saying, but compared to all the other gatherings, folks cleaned up. So I'm just saying, it was a...
But to your point, though, I mean, to the question you raised, after that, you saw voter registration shoot up. National Black Social Workers said that more children were adopted, black children. I think what had to happen, that momentum had to be sustained. 2 years later, they had a Million Women's March in Philly. Then there was a Million Youth March in New York. Then everybody else caught on, Million Moms March, everything else.
Right.
20 years later, I think Farrakhan is doing that same kind of momentum building, but now we have to institutionalize it. The conditions haven't changed.
Well, in fact, at the 10th anniversary,
Yes, sir.
Remember, it was Katrina, and he talked about this National Black Emergency Fund and other things. Those things didn't happen. And I think that what I believe that what folks are going to be looking for, you're right, what is sustainable?
That's right.
And then what is organized?
That's right. Well, there was supposed to be a talent bank out of the Millions More movement. You remember, as you said, the 10th anniversary, they talked about building a talent bank. What kind of capacity do we have to organize that kind of thing? We've got to deal with infrastructure now. You're absolutely right. The conditions haven't changed, but if coming out of this movement, we can have some form of institutionalized platform that can be built. And I think he's doing it now with faith communities, things like that. You saw him in Baltimore with Jamal Bryant. He was here with Willie Wilson. He's going to be around the country. I think, we may have a chance this time to institutionalize some work.
Well, coming up on...
Hold on, not yet. I'm not going to go yet.
To me, like,
so you want to ask a question. We ain't going to move
Okay,
yet.
good.
We ain't going to move yet.
Good, because my next question then, we got social media, so now...
Okay, that's the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March. That's 10/10/10/15. It's October 10th, 2015 at Washington, D.C. So if you'd like additional information on how to register or how to anything that's related to that event, okay, you can contact nationofislam.org or justiceorelse.com. That's justiceorelse.com. And you can get all the information that you need about the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March. And I'd like to bring to your attention that last week I made a mistake. I said Eric Brown, but I meant Michael Brown. It's the first anniversary of the shooting of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Massachusetts. So I just want to make that correction. That's Michael Brown. I said Eric Brown. Okay, moving on. In Chicago, on the Labor Day weekend, there's the 52nd annual Islamic Society of North America's convention. And this year it's going to be held at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center, 9291 Brian Marr Avenue, Rosemont, Illinois. So if you're taking your vacation Labor Day and you're out in the Midwest, Chicago area, I invite you to stop in at the 52nd annual Islamic Society of North America's Convention. That's Donald E. Stevens Convention Center, that's 9291 Brian Marr Avenue, Rosemont, Illinois. Okay, and also, if you're taking your vacation, you're out in the Midwest during Labor Day, there is the 26th annual convention of the Muslim, the 26th annual Muslim convention. That's by the MOSAIC, the Ministry of Imam W.D. Muhammad, and they're having their 26th anniversary not too far from the Islamic Society of North America's conference. So you got a lot of variety out there during Labor Day as far as Muslim events. So they're holding their conference September the 4th to the 6th. That's at the Tinley Park Convention Center, and that's Tinley Park Convention Center, Illinois. So I take it that's Tinley Park, Illinois. That's the 26th annual Muslim Cares Convention, and the 52nd, excuse me, the 52nd annual Islamic Society of North America's convention. They've been out there a long time, and one of the things I'd like to bring to your attention about the Islam convention is that the Honorable Malcolm X, Malik Shabazz, his daughter Ilyasa Shabazz, she's going to be a feature presenter at this conference. So if you'd like more information on that, you can call 317-839-8157 extension 186. That's area code 317-839-815 extension 876. And at the Mosque Cares Convention, they're going to have Let's Get Singles Married. So that's going to be another feature at the 26th Annual Muslim Convention, Tinley Park Convention Center, Chicago, Tinley Park, Illinois. So they're going to have Let's Get Singles Married. So that's going to want to be one of the presentations or one of the events offered. So I am Hassan Rashid, and you know, always leave your time has ran out on us. You know that how fast time goes, and when there's so much to do. But until I see you next time, remember that superior wisdom can never be subjected by inferior wisdom. So until next time, I leave you with the ancient Islamic greeting of peace, and that is Assalamu alaikum.
Seems like if we got 1 million men, then we should be able to get maybe even